and your local SuperTalk Mississippi radio station. And don't forget, you can watch us. We're on your computer, your mobile device. Just head on over to SuperTalk TV. And do you talk to your children about finances, personal finances, about debt or about credit or about all of the good things that come with good financial advice? I know I could probably do better at my house. And that's why Selena, the president of the Mississippi Council for Economic Education, is joining us today, because up in Tupelo, y'all have got some family financial fun nights planned to help parents get better at this. So welcome, Selena.
Thanks, Rebecca. So happy to be here for Happy Hour. What a better way to spend the day.
Well, I think I have you here a little bit for a personal reason, because I'm like, no, I don't really talk to my kids about money, but I think, I should. We do kind of, but I was impressed to see, or surprised to see, should I say, Selena, that 72% of parents experience at least some reluctance to talk to their kids about financial matters. Why are we reluctant to talk to our kids about finances?
So I think a lot of times it's because we don't know ourselves as adults. Maybe we've never been educated on some of these items. So that adds some fear. But also, even if you understand how to budget for yourself, you may not know how to translate that into budgeting for, say, a 5-year-old or a 10-year-old or a 15-year-old. Because these things do need to be done in age-appropriate ways in order for that young person to understand and learn. So that's where the hesitancy comes from.
What age should we start talking to our kids about finances, Selena?
You can start as young as 3 or 4 years old. Anytime a child starts to understand what money is, I think even the little people like coins, they like pennies, they like dimes, they like quarters. And so anytime they can start to understand what money is, that is not too early. We have this slogan that says it's never too early to teach personal finance to children. And once again, just age-appropriate ways that they can understand.
Well, I have a almost 12-year-old and almost 5-year-old, Selena, and I know the 12-year-old's a little bit more, I guess, involved with the personal finance conversations. We've saved up for things. She knows money doesn't grow on trees, that kind of.
Right.
At least by now. But it feels like with the almost 5-year-old, I guess she knows what money is, but she really knows what the credit card is, because she likes to put it in the thing at the grocery store or wherever we're out. Mommy, can I do it? Can I put it in? Can I take it out? That kind of thing. And so I feel like, oh gosh, maybe I'm missing opportunities to have conversations even at that age.
So I would say yes, you may be missing an opportunity, and it's super important that kids understand what's behind that piece of plastic. You may be using a debit card that's working like cash, but if they don't actually understand what's happening behind the scenes, it's kind of like a math problem. Working it out on a computer or using a calculator, we still need to understand the mechanics of it. And so I know what you're saying. My children are both grown now, but I remember them going to the store with me and wanting to swipe my debit card. So that makes it even more important that you're talking to them behind the scenes about what's actually happening. And I'm thinking your 5-year-old, my youngest son, who is now 22, I remember at the age of 5, loved to go to one of these stores where everything is really inexpensive, like maybe just $1. And so he would have his own money, and we would allow him to go in and use his $1, his $2, actually his $1.07, because there's tax. Mm-hmm. Also an important financial piece of knowledge for a young person, that taxes are paid. And then you can even go into, well, why do we pay taxes? What is it? That's more of an economics conversation, but still you can talk to them about why those taxes are paid and what they're used to support in our communities. But yeah, something like that, just letting them spend their own money at a dollar store is educational.
Selena, I just heard this morning, I think it's maybe it's Target that's going to stop taking checks, and there's some other big box stores that have already sort of phased those out. I would be remiss if I knew which of the names, but that's not the point. The point is, like, for my kids, I mean, man, it looks, the landscape of personal finance looks different than what my parents taught. I remember my parents getting, having my first checkbook, sitting me down, showing me the, how to write it, keep up with everything that I sort of spent and all the things. things. And is that obsolete for kids? I mean, or is there just kind of like teaching cursive, or should you still do it?
Yeah, and I will tell you, one of my pet peeves is when I'm talking to people out in the community and I tell them who I am and what we do, they say, oh, so you're teaching kids to write checks. Well, no, not really. When's the last time you wrote a check? With things such as Venmo and PayPal and Cash App and whatnot, in addition to online banking, like I can't tell you the last time I wrote a check. It might have been for a young man that did some work at my house, and so that was just the easiest way. But, not only are places stopping their check acceptance, but I think I was up in New York, so they're a little bit ahead of us on some things. But there were a lot of places that didn't even take cash anymore. So I was like, wow, that's really interesting. So you have to be digital. You have to have a debit card or one of these apps on your phone to be able to even do business with some of these places. And as we move forward, I mean, that will spread across the country. If you just start paying attention, I don't know how many places in Mississippi are doing that yet. I'm off the top of my head, I'm not remembering going anywhere that had the "we do not accept cash" sign, but it's a thing and it's coming.
And it's coming. And, your kids, that's another thing. Like with physical money, you can sort of teach, it's, great math because you literally give it away, right? And it's, right. I can always remember my daddy telling me the worst thing to do is break a $20 bill because it's gone. And so, so it's like you would hold on to your big bills because as soon as you broke it, man, it just felt like it just flew out of your, as sort of out of your wallet in that respect. So, I mean,
yeah, I was just going to say from that perspective, it actually makes it harder, I think, for our young people to budget their money because they don't necessarily see it like we did when we were young.
And that's why I think these family fun financial nights are so unique and needed. So this is with the Mississippi Council for Economic Education. And who have y'all partnered with to make these nights possible?
So State Farm is the lead title sponsor of this event. They will be sponsoring Family Financial Fun Nights in other parts of the state. We're looking at either the Gulf Coast or Hattiesburg or maybe even Vicksburg. We haven't gotten those in place yet. So they're the title sponsor. And because this one is in Tupelo, the Create Foundation has given some support as well for this event. We'll be giving away gift cards as door prizes. We'll be feeding the families that are there. And then we've got a lot of really amazing volunteer partners that are going to be there to help man the stations, Wear It Well, Bank Plus. We're at the Tupelo Police, and I don't have it right in front of me, but it's on the website and whatnot. They are actually hosting it at their facility, and then Wear It Well. I think I've already said that. But it could not happen without all of them because we, as the Mississippi Council on Economic Education, we're providing the facilitator, a.k.a. teacher, that will keep everything moving smoothly, but the volunteers will be at the tables working through the provided activities that we are providing. And like State Farm being the title sponsor, you better believe that their volunteers will be at the table on insurance, because that's something that they know, and they'll be able to explain well to young people what is risk management and how does insurance help offset that risk.
Selena, is there still time to sign up?
There is, yes, there is time. I checked earlier today. I think we had 36 families that were signed up. Our goal was 25, so this is great, but we can always take more. Anybody who wants to learn, I'll be the last person to turn you away. If you have an interest in having this experience with your child, we will make room for you.
Well, you also have to keep us updated if y'all spread this across Mississippi for sure. Where can they go, Selena, for more information?
So I would say go to mscee.org. on the programs page. Alternatively, they can email us at mscee@millsaps. .edu, and Millsaps has two L's, MILLSAPS. So either of those would be the way to find us, and be able to get in touch with us for more information.
Good deal, Selena. I look forward to having you back to talk a little bit more money. That was fun, but thank you for your time.
I'll look forward to it. Thank you.
All right, you guys stick with us. We got more for you coming up next.